the family part of the team, getting Abuna involved, or at least consulting with Abuna during confession or whatever is easy. Maybe talking to your friends is easy. I think the pressure of telling family about somebody because of the expectations that this is very serious and yada yada deters a lot of young Orthodox people from doing it. Um, what are your thoughts on that? Like, when should you be involving, at least letting them know that I'm dating this person?
Yeah, part of the challenge is that you know, nowadays there's a very wide range of um family expectations around this stuff. Like
Mhm.
different families can be very different depending on when they how conservative they are, how traditional they are in the process and everything. Um it, it's it, it's a good thing to talk with your team about because every family is different. Um and but part of it too has to do with how comfortable you are with your family's disagreement. And are you like one of the some of the questions to ask yourself are, if I tell my family now, are they going to be helpful in this process for me, or are they
Mhm.
not? And then am I someone who is, desperately trying to please? Is that a goal of mine to please my parents? I want to do what makes them happy just for the sake of making them happy. Am I afraid of love being withdrawn? Like, is it going to help, and why do I want to tell them, right? And um and those are really honestly the questions we ask for everyone else too, right? Is it going to help to talk with them about it, and why will I tell them? Like, what is their significance to me? What's the significance of their approval or their opinion to me? Um so that's why it's sometimes it's not your families are not helpful in this process, and it doesn't mean you need to seek their approval, but oftentimes it is helpful. um but with families, especially because it can get hairy quickly, is sometimes because we're not these isolated people living in a vacuum. We should consider the other people involved in our lives, right? And maybe, I'm just trying to create space for for compromise when it comes to this, because maybe my parents are not going to be, like, for example, they're not going to be really helpful. um they're probably going to be fine with the relationship. I kind of don't want to tell them right now, but I know that if I they find out too late, they're going to be really offended, and they're going to have like an issue with it.
Mhm.
And um and I'm okay telling them now. I'll deal with their unhelpfulness now. It won't be that bad, even though I prefer not to, right? I'm not saying you always get what you want all the time. We have to compromise. Um, but that's where we have to be clear. Like, is this going to harm me or help me to share with my family on a net basis? Like, on a net basis.